Good morning and welcome to a week in my life. I'm going to try something a little bit different this week and vlog every day to give you a taste of what I get up to. But first, coffee. It's Monday morning right now, so my first job of the day is to check how content that went out over the weekend performed and to catch up on all of my emails. I'm all caught up, so I think it's time for some lunch. Lunch today is beans on toast. I'm having ciabatta just to be a little bit fancy. It's pretty grim weather today, so I fancied some comfort food. I definitely think this is a meal that James would approve of. As some of you may know, I work for James May's gin company, James Gin. One of the things I do for them is photography. Chances are, if you've seen a picture of James holding his gin or of his gin bottles, then I took that picture. And today I am taking some more pictures of what's in this box. Inside the box, you ready? Is another box. These are what I'm going to be photographing today. We have got new branding for all of the bottles, which is super exciting. And we haven't got any photos yet. I think these will be rolling out in the next few weeks. And these are the first 4 bottles ever made. I'm going to get out all my lights and different props and start having a go at getting some nice photos. This is my light box. It is Amazon Basics and I'm pretty happy with it. For the price point, it wasn't that expensive. I got it like 4 or 5 years ago and I use it a lot. It is very useful. I'm now gonna stop filming on my camera and take some pictures. Okay, now that I have finished with the white backgrounds, I'm gonna bring them into Lightroom and just check them over, give them a quick edit to see what we got. So I took 97 photos there. It'll probably end up, those 97 photos will probably end up being 10 maybe. So there's 4 bottles, couple of each, yeah, 10, 12 photos I reckon. So I'm just adding them into Lightroom and I'm just gonna do a quick edit on 1 or 2 of them to make sure I'm happy. Editing those photos took longer than I thought it would. It's pretty much the end of the working day now, so I'm gonna shut off all my work stuff and wind down by watching some TV. It is Tuesday morning and I think today is mainly going to be an editing day. I was hoping to go out and film some stuff, but it is still pouring with rain, which is lovely for mid-July. There's also some extremely annoying people cutting down a tree right outside my window. That's going to be fun today. I have 2 videos I need to edit today. The first one is of James watching some of the entries to his James Gin ad competition. I've almost finished that one. I've got to get it done in the next few hours because that's actually going live tomorrow. And after that, I've got another video to edit, which is James versus AI. I've just finished and exported the first video. I need to get that approved now, then I can upload it to YouTube. Next, I'm going to move on to the James versus AI video. This is the one where James thought he could do a better job than AI, so he attempted it and made a bunch of things. It was a little bit all over the place when we filmed this video. There's loads of different cameras, there's not many sync claps, so it's going to be a little bit of an annoying edit, I reckon. It's also probably about an hour long, so I had to cut that down massively, and I'm gonna do that now. All of the footage is now synced. I had a few issues with Premiere crashing on me, but we got there in the end. I'm gonna have a little bit of lunch and then moving on to an assembly. Lunch is not gonna be healthy. I'm gonna have ramen with some gyozas. I have finished cutting together an assembly. It's about 40 minutes long. This is what the assembly looks like. I've just color coded each camera and I've muted the audio tracks that I won't be using. When we're filming cooking videos, James sometimes does this thing where if he's got prep to do or if it's boring for the viewer, he'll just say to cut cameras, but before he does that, he will say for me to the editor, you can now watch some fluffy kittens was the last one, so I just put in some footage of some fluffy kittens. This time he's asked for some footage of the Hindenburg disaster, which unfortunately is expensive footage to license, haven't got the budget for that, so I've tried something slightly different. Instead of using the expensive footage, I've done an AI recreation. It's my first time using generative AI video. The results aren't amazing, but I think they're okay. I'll play them for
Whilst you look at some archive footage of the Hindenburg disaster.
I've made really good progress. I'm down to 27 minutes. There's probably more that can be cut out, but I want to get people's opinions on that, so I'm exporting a version for the rest of the team to review, and now I have a meeting to join. The main way I wind down in the evenings is by watching TV. My friends often make fun of me for how much of a film nerd I can be. So when I found out I could learn a new language by watching TV, I was pretty excited to try it. I've been wanting to learn Spanish for a while now, and I just always seem to give up. Traditional learning methods just don't keep me engaged. Enter today's sponsor, LingoPie. It's a language learning platform that perfectly mixes entertainment and education. Instead of drilling the same phrases over and over again, you get to watch series and films from the cultures you want to learn about. For a film nerd, it's pretty perfect. Now, instead of binging Netflix every night, I watch LingoPie. And I actually learn something during my chill time. Also, there's no more guilt about spending hours in front of the TV. There's a bunch of shows and movies to pick from. I'm watching a film at the moment called The Perfect Family, which is kind of cool because it's got an actress in it called Belén Rueda, who I actually know. I went to school with her daughter and stayed with them on a trip to Madrid. I was pretty surprised to see her on the homepage when I was scrolling for something to watch. There's subtitles in English and Spanish, so I always know what's going on, and if there's a word I'm not sure about, I can just hover over it and it'll pause the show while I learn it. You can also change the playback speed. There's been a few moments in shows that I've watched on here where they're just talking way too fast for me to understand, so I just switch the playback to 0.8 speed and we're off. Another feature I really like is that I can click on words in the subtitles and add them to a list for later. During a film, I can add a bunch of words to revisit and it will give me a quiz at the end to make sure that they go in. A huge thank you to LingoPie for sponsoring this video. I've been using it for a few weeks now and I'm loving it. If you've also been struggling to learn a language, then click the link in the description down below to start your free trial today. You won't regret it. Voy a terminar esta peli y luego me voy a la cama. Buenas noches. Good morning, it is Wednesday and the sun is finally out for the first time this week. Today is an upload day. That means that I have a YouTube video to post. It's actually on James May's channel. So the main job for today is getting the upload ready to go out. So that's thumbnail, tags, description, get everything all approved and scheduled to go out at 5 o'clock. I've just uploaded the video and put in a title and description. The next job is to create the thumbnail, which is actually creating 3 thumbnails. I'm going to get some screenshots from the video and put together some ideas. Annoyingly, we didn't take any dedicated thumbnails on this day, but hopefully we can figure something out. That is my cat, by the way, Socks. I've made my 3 thumbnails and I'm uploading them to YouTube now. What it will do is that it will serve different people different thumbnails until it finally decides which one is the best performing, and that one will stay on the video. It's basically a thumbnail A/B test. Quick ham omelette for lunch today. I've just had an omelette for lunch. Everything is ready for the upload this evening, and as it's so lovely and sunny out here, I think I'm going to take a little break to read my book in the sun. I'm reading Tom Clancy at the moment. This is the 3rd book in the series. I don't know why it's taking me so long to get to Clancy. I usually read this kind of book. Lee Child is one of my favourite authors, but I finally got to Clancy and I'm going to start a new one today. It's just after 5 PM. The video is doing really well. I think I'm going to go play golf now to celebrate the sun coming out. Golf is definitely twice as fun when it's sunny, which is obviously very rare here. Golf went pretty well. I beat my personal best, which I'm quite happy about. I'm going to watch some TV now and then call it a day. Good morning. It is Thursday. The sun is out once again. I'm very happy about that. I'm also very happy today because I'm about to go to Southampton to pick up a car. More specifically, the brand new Mini Cooper S, which is the first car I've ever been lent. Quite excited about that. I'm getting it because I'm going to film a video of it this weekend for my channel. It's probably already live, so you've probably already seen it. If you haven't, then go click that link and give it a watch. I'm going to head off to Southampton now. I just got back with the Mini from Southampton already, just driving it for an hour. I think I'm going to really enjoy that car. I'll film that video this weekend, but for now I need to go back to the office and get some editing done. I've been invited on a podcast this afternoon. It's going to be my first podcast, so I want to try and create a nice little setup. I'm going to attempt to use my Sony ZV-1 as a webcam, and then I've got a podcast mic as well. Hopefully it looks alright. I've got my ZV-1 here and I've got it in USB streaming mode. I'm going to connect it to my camera with this USB-C to micro USB. I think that's micro USB. I'm always confused about what those are. I'm going to put it on my trusty GorillaPod. I swear, for such a small little tripod, I use this so often. It's actually crazy. This is the setup. I think it looks pretty good. Next, I need to get the microphone sorted. I'm struggling a bit with the microphone. I want it to have good audio, obviously, but I also don't really want it to be too in shot. So I'm just having to sort of make loads of sort of little adjustments so that it's pointing where it needs to be, but isn't blocking my entire face. I've decided I'm also going to set up a light. There's no point doing half measures. I've bothered with the microphone and with the camera, so I may as well do lighting as well. I finished the podcast. I think it went fairly well. I never showed you my lighting setup, so here it is. I've got a panel light here. I've got it set to quite a warm colour, so I look more tanned. And then I've got this little guy here. This is one of those clip on your book or your bed reading lights. I got it a few Christmases ago because I like to read a lot, and I've found it so useful for sort of desk lighting setups. I've only got one sort of big light, and that's the panel light, and then just a little something to even out the other side is that little guy, and I think it works quite nicely. I am going to chill for the rest of the evening. I'm probably going to watch some TV, and I'll see you tomorrow. Good morning, it is Friday, and I'm about to go to Goodwood in my Mini. There's a charity track day there. My brother is going around the track, so I'm gonna go check it out. That is my brother's car. Gonna see him going around the track a little bit later. I'm back from Goodwood. It was great fun to see my brother go around in his little souped up Mini. It's really, really hot today, hence why I've got changed. And as it's so hot, which is so rare here, I think I'm gonna give myself the rest of the day off and go paddleboarding. It is Friday after all. This is my paddleboard. I haven't used it in a while, and it definitely needs a bunch of air. I don't know if it's got a puncture or something. It should not be, like it's really flat. Oh my God. It's definitely got a puncture or something. Guess I gotta find the puncture now as well. Ugh. Better get the pump out. Pumping these up is so annoying. First world problem, I know, but still annoying. The paddleboard is all pumped up now. I couldn't hear any hissing, so I'm not sure where the leak is. Maybe I'll see some bubbles out on the water. Let's go paddleboarding. I almost forgot my fin, but I got it. It's definitely very peaceful out here on the water. I find it really relaxing. It's a perfect thing to do in the evening. I'm back from paddleboarding. It was lovely out there. I didn't fall in, which is always a win. Although it's so hot today, I probably wouldn't have minded. I'm just gonna chill inside for the rest of the evening and watch some TV. It's too hot to do anything else, really. I hope you enjoyed seeing what a week looks like for me. I never really have 2 weeks the same. They're usually a little bit all over the place, but hopefully it was at least mildly interesting to see what I get up to. If you made this fun a video, then thank you so much for watching, and hopefully I'll see you in the next one.